Okay, we started yesterday talking about neutral spines and neutral spines and pelvis, and today we're going to carry on with how you can find neutral spine and pelvis in lying down. So yesterday we were talking about the spine itself. So you have the cervical spine, the thoracic spine, lumbar spine, and then that attaches on through the sacrum, and that attaches on to your pelvis. So the lazy S shape of the spine is ideally how your spine should sit. And when you're looking at the lower vertebra, these are the ones that load and take the body weight of your upper spine. They transfer pressure and weight through your sacrum onto your SIJ, so your sacroiliac joints, which then transmits pressure and weight through your hips. Now, neutral spine refers to when your spine is in its neutral position. It's not actually flexed and it's not extended. So we're not curled forward and we're not curled backwards. It means that the discs and the pressure through the discs, so your vertebra has a soft jelly disc sitting between them, which allows us to move forward and back. In that neutral posture, it's basically where your spine is at its optimal for loading. It's not in flexion, it's not in extension, it's literally in neutral. Okay, so to find neutral spine in lying, you're lying on your back, and we're going to use 3 bony landmarks. 2 of them are the same. So your anterior crests of your hips and your pubic bone. Okay, technically through the back, your tailbone or your sacrum should be heavy on the bed. So if you're tipped, these 2 landmarks are flush to the ceiling. If you're tipped backwards, your pubic bone is going to be higher and you're going to feel that your lower back impacts the bed. If you're in extension, so you're pushing upwards this way, you're going to feel that your hip bones are higher, pubic bone is lower, and your back is arched off the bed. So I'm going to hop on and show you how to find your posture or your position. So if you're lying down, the easiest way to do it is to have your knees bent up. I'm just going to lengthen my leg away here so you can see. If I put my hands on my hips where my fingers are, there's 2 hip bones here. They're what we call your anterior superior iliac spine or your iliac crests, and they're your 2 landmarks here. And then you have your pubic bone, which is between your legs where that bony bit is here. If you put the heel of your hands on your hip bones and you put your fingertips just on your pubic bone, they should be flush to the ceiling. Okay, so in that posture here, if my pubic bone is higher, I'll be tipped backwards. Not that great because I'm wearing black, so you can't really see it that well, but I'll be tipped backwards and my back splashes into the bed. In that position, I'm utilising my hamstrings a lot and I'm gripping through my tail, and I'm in a posterior tilt. So my pubic bone here is higher than my sit bones or my hip bones, so I'm tilted that way. Okay? If I'm tilted in extension, my pelvis is tilted that way. So in that position, my hip bones here have tilted and I've arched my back and I'll have a gap under the bed and you can see my ribs are poking up. Okay, so the easiest way for your neutral spine in lying is your pubic bone here, hands on here, and they are flush to the ceiling. So if I move mine back and forth, you can see the levels change. So my levels are doing that. As I tilt backwards, pubic bone gets higher. As I tilt forwards, hip bones get higher. If I sit flush, where my pubic bone and hip bones are parallel to the ceiling, that's my neutral spine. Okay? My glute cheeks and my hamstrings should be free and relative, my tailbone is soft and on the floor. If I tilt up, my tailbone is lifted, and if I push down, my lumbar spine is arched. Okay, so hands on hip bones at the front, fingers on pubic bone, and that flush to the ceiling is how you're going to find your neutral spine. Okay, so very important if you are trying to do anything lying down, certainly in Pilates as well. If we are looking at how you move and how you try and function, you want to be able to find neutral spine. Definitely neutral spine in lying is an important way to go. So you can do your basic exercises like dead bugs, but definitely being able to work out where neutral is so you can work in and out of it and get better loading through your spine is certainly something worthwhile knowing. So tomorrow we will cover neutral spine in a different position. We've got quadruped to go through, we've got prone to go through, we've got standing to go through as well. So we'll get neutral spine in a different position again tomorrow. See you then.